absolute best time of our week. We get to come here and share the best guests, the best information, and we do what we love.
That's right. We're getting some traction. People are actually listening.
It's unbelievable. We have we probably could go ahead and say we have 8 listeners now.
That's right.
We've doubled.
I mean, Pete. I mean, these guys have to listen. Here at the station, but it's good stuff, and we're pleased to be with you here every Thursday 1 p.m. on AM 1220 KHTS.
In fact, let me give you an alternative to that, and we're pretty proud of this. Just go to donandgino.com, DONANDGINO.com, hit the Listen Live button, and you can watch us live. You can see what we're doing in studio. Got a little camera here. You can see us waving.
Waving to you right now.
Or you could text us at Don and Gino. Just text that to 72727. Don and Gino to 72727.
Very cool. And we got some great information again for you every week. I mean, we've been doing this, Gino, over 75 shows now?
Gosh, I don't even know anymore, but it's great.
That's right. And we love doing this for you because it's great information that you need to know, want to know, probably didn't even know you wanted to know. And every week, hopefully, we bring something to you that helps you out with your personal and financial wellness.
Actually, that's a great point, Don. It's brings information that you don't know you needed to know, because I know that most of the information we receive here, every time we leave the show, we learn something.
You and I learn something.
We always learn something from our guests, so that I know you're learning something because we're learning something. So it's a great day of the week.
And that comes after 34 combined years of experience that we learn something. And that's because we get the best of the best. I mean, today's show, for example, Gene, I mean, my goodness, we have the president of all home inspectors.
Yeah.
How do you say
ASHI.
ASHI.
Yes.
Which is the American Society of Home Inspectors.
Yeah.
And it's really the only one of its kind nationally. And we have the president that's going to be on the call today with us, sharing with us what is important for buyers, sellers, and real estate agents with working with an ASHI, basically approved American Society of Home Inspectors, certified. And you're certifiable.
That's true.
And he's going to be joining with us today. And then, of course, we have our credit guru coming on today, Rondi Lameth with Your Credit Matters. I mean, this guy is the man. He has his own credit radio show. He's an author. He's a speaker. He's a trainer. He's going to share with you the top 5. We're talking the top 5 myths about credit, the top 5 things that affect your credit, and the top 5 things to improve your credit.
Well, you say it all the time, Don. It's everyone has credit and everyone wants better credit. And it doesn't matter whether you have a 700 FICO, you want a 750. You got a 750, you want an 800. We run credit every day for a living, and I can tell you that I've run somebody's at 812, and they go, "Oh, I wanted 825."
Yeah, yeah. We barely ever see anybody over 800, just so you know.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Yes, very rare. And of course, we'd like to thank Cherry Creek Mortgage for giving us this opportunity every single week to share with you what's relevant in the real estate and finance world to help you with your personal and financial wellness.
In fact, speaking of what's relevant in the real estate and finance world, there's a few things that are going on right now that are pretty interesting, and I'm going to have to pass the baton to you for a second because, yeah. So the Fed met yesterday, and they let you win the battle, but I don't think you'll win the war, Don.
Yeah, okay. But right now, they're following in my footsteps of what we've been talking about. Gino and I every week battle back and forth whether they should have more stimulus, basically print more money and help stimulate the economy. Gino believes that we need to keep a little bit of a little foot on the gas.
A simmer, just a simmer.
Okay, and I'm okay with that. Yeah. Because I basically think we need to get weaned off a little bit off the bottle.
You're changing your tone. Last week or a few weeks ago, you said we shouldn't have any cold turkey.
I'd rather have cold turkey. Absolutely. Yeah. No doubt. I think we're heading in the right direction. Absolutely. A lot of signs are showing that we're heading in the right direction. Jobs are improving. Sales are improving. Home sales are improving. Values are actually starting to creep up, which is really nice. And if you're wondering who you're listening to, just in case you just tuned in, you tuned into the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show on your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS, brought to you by Cherry Creek Mortgage, a local direct lender right here in Santa Clarita, helping you with your dream of home ownership.
And what we're discussing is the QE3 didn't happen. It wasn't confirmed.
Quantitative easing. Just so you know what QE means. People are like, oh, another acronym. Oh,
yeah,
no.
like that made it any better.
Quantitative easing. Printing money.
Okay, that made it better.
Printing money.
Which causes inflation. Now, what the thing is, we need a little bit of inflation for the economy to grow, right? So
Correct.
That's one of the things that we've been trying to do all these. What the quantitative easing was for was actually to prevent deflation, which would have been a lot worse.
Well, explain why.
Well, actually, Japan's probably one of the only countries that has ever experienced deflation, and there's nothing worse than having your economy shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink and shrink just because the value of things keep going down because no one's buying anything. So basically, there's an excess supply and a lack of demand, and it forces prices downward. So it takes severe stimulus to be able to turn that around. So thankfully, we didn't get into that situation. We've been able to stabilize our markets.
Yeah, good point. Thank you, Gino, for sharing. That's Gino Fronti. And also on top of that, the stimulus the goal is to help keep interest rates down too. By keeping interest rates down, it helps all of us with all bills, basically, all our loan payments, our housing payments, our car payments, our credit card payments. It helps stimulate the economy for people to take advantage of the market. And that's what we really want. We want people to take advantage of the market. And Gino, I know you want to jump on this one.
I do, because one of the things, two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about why it's so important to have low rates. Because yes, you and I deal with it every day. We save people hundreds and thousands of dollars on home mortgages.
Every day right now. And if you're not taking advantage, you're missing out every day. It's the best. I love this job right now.
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. People are saving $200, $300, $600, $900, up to $1,200 a month.
Yeah, we had one actually $1,500 a month we're saving him by restructuring his financing on a couple of homes.
Unbelievable amounts of money. But that being said, you're talking about low interest rates. The big deal is if we can get companies to borrow large amounts of money and take the risk and go ahead and grow, then they can hire people and then we'll have jobs and that'll end up fixing everything.
So yeah, that's another avenue of why low interest rates are great and why you personally need to take advantage of it. I mean, seriously, if your interest rate is anywhere in the mid fours, believe it or not, we're in the mid threes now with interest rates. Who would have thought? I honestly never thought it'd get this low. Once we got below 4, I was like, grab it and go, because average interest rates are well over 6%.
Oh, absolutely. Over the last 30, 40 years. In fact, we know now that we are at 200-year, basically since the inception of this country, these are the lowest rates we've ever seen.
And probably, I'll go out on a limb, and I hope I'm right, because otherwise we have another catastrophe ahead, which we don't want, as severe as what we've all had to go through, and I hope our children and grandchildren don't have to go through some of this recessionary, the biggest recession since the Depression. And that's the only time rates get this low. You
know what, though? It is like a 50, 70, 90-year cycle. It is kind of a longer cycle. So I do think you'll see another large type, depression type.
Yeah, history repeats itself, doesn't it?
Yeah, you will see it. Just hopefully, like you said, it won't be in our lifetime. So I don't think we'll see these kind of rates in our lifetime.
No, I honestly agree. I mean, getting rates in the mid-threes helps you refinance your home and lower your interest rate. We're actually helping people pay off their homes faster, because you lower the interest rate, you reapply it towards your principal. You didn't change your cash flow position at all, but you can be knocking off, between 5 to some cases 12, 15 years off your mortgage payments, so that you can retire earlier.
Yeah, and in fact, we're seeing that a lot of people that didn't think they were ever going to be able to pay off their homes, it's now becoming a reality. So that's really nice to see.
And what's nice is that's kind of the new norm. At one point, everybody just was, I'm just going to keep moving every 5 years, take the appreciation out of my home, go buy another. And everybody was like, I just want to pay off my home.
Well, that being said, what's nice about that is you have the option. It depends what the best strategy is for you, and we'll help you determine what the best strategy is for you and your family.
Yeah, it might be taking that cash flow position and utilizing it to fund a college fund, pay off debt. And there's so many things, and we're really good at Cherry Creek Mortgage with our team there and the great support we have there of coming up with very valid options for you that you can understand. We don't force anybody to just take a refinance. It's got to make sense.